So we think it was Picasso that said, good artists borrow and great artists steal. So in this video, what I want to talk about is I want to dismiss this notion that we're not supposed to look at other people's work and copy their ideas or copy their compositions. Or even in some cases, people think you shouldn't even be influenced by other people's work. So before I ever started to paint, I went down to the museum downtown, and I absolutely was influenced by primarily John Singer Sargent when I first started, but by really all these great artists. And I picked and chose, and what I liked, I copied. In fact, when I first started, I really didn't have a clue about what I was doing in terms of composition or anything. So I would look at other people's work, and I would absolutely be influenced by that. You know, one of the things I noticed early on in portraits was that Sargent would leave so much headroom or so much space above people's heads, and I immediately incorporated that into my own work. So, you know, if you go back and you look at, you know, there was a portrait that Gilbert Stuart did of George Washington. It's a famous painting, probably the most famous portrait. And that portrait was copied not only by Stuart multiple times, but by other artists, and they would sell their own version of that painting. And this isn't just true with oil painters. If you look at early folk singers, they were always, somebody would sing a song and people would do a copy of it, or they'd do a version of it, or they might improve on it, but they were always copying and sharing ideas. And this is really part of the creative process. You know, we stand on the shoulders of giants is an expression you may have heard. And that goes for really everything. I even tell my own students, if you don't know what to paint, go find your favorite artist, look at your favorite painting, and do your version of that painting. Don't maybe copy it verbatim. You might change it a little bit, change the subject matter and the colors or whatever it is. Make it your own, but absolutely be influenced by that work. When you're thinking about doing a painting or thinking about a composition, you might have a general idea about what you want to do. But I would absolutely encourage you to not think about painting in terms of something that you're going to completely conceive in your head, but rather something that's more like discovery. So for instance, when I used to do portraits, I would arrive at people's homes and I didn't have an idea. I didn't have a formula for how I was going to do their portrait. I might have some ideas, but really I was there to explore and to put that person all over their house, stand by the window, stand in the hallway, stand over here, look this way, look that way, and I'm observing everything. And then when I finally see something I love, that's what I paint. And so it's really about discovery. And this is really, you know, this whole new world of creating images from text and the AI images. You know, that for me is just another way of exploring ideas. You know, when I generate an image, I'm always going to do some variation of it, or I might like this and change my prompt a little bit, but it's really just this, you know, give me something to look at. So with AI, it really gives you the opportunity to explore all these different compositions, all these different ideas, and when you find something that you love, it's going to be your choice. You know, the AI doesn't care. It doesn't have an opinion about what's better. That's up to you. That's for you to decide. So if it generates 4 images, don't stop there. Don't stop once you find something you like. You know, have it generate 200 images and then pick your favorite. And then that's going to be something that's really going to be good. You know, so I just really encourage you to think about when you're doing your paintings, it's about discovery. It's about keeping your eyes open, looking at other people's work. You know, and even like I said, using the AI images to explore ideas. You know, it's just a new tool that artists have to come up with wonderful, beautiful paintings, compositions, or ideas. The prompt that I had that you see here on the screen for this image here is nothing. This image was a complete miss by the AI, and yet it created this really interesting image that I looked at and thought, boy, that might make an interesting painting. So the message I have in this video is not to worry about copying ideas from others. I would encourage you to copy ideas from others. Somebody said in one of the comments of my video, what if an AI agent was trained on my work? And then it started generating more paintings that would look just like my paintings, but it was the AI. And they thought that I would be offended by that. But I would love that. I think it would be flattering if somebody generated a bunch of images based on my style of painting. You know, one of the things that really struck me when I started generating these images by Arthur Streeton, who's one of my favorite landscape painters, so I would say in the style of Arthur Streeton. And it would create paintings that looked like Arthur Streeton painted it. And I thought, wow, you know, here's this artist that painted only a very limited number of paintings in his lifetime. And now here, over 100 years later, we're getting all these new images that look like he painted them. And I thought that was fabulous. So, you know, one of the things I talk about is the 4 priorities for painting. And number 1 is what is going to be your subject matter. And then second and third is lighting, composition. And then the 4th and most important is how well did you paint it. Now, I'm not saying that that's not unimportant. It is important how well you paint your paintings. But what's even more important is your subject matter, lighting, composition. And this is where AI can really help you to explore ideas. You might find somebody that says they're not really into art, but then you show them a painting of the old swimming hole where they swam with their friends as a child, and they're going to be touched by that, and they're going to be affected by that painting. So I think subject matter, lighting, composition is so important. And when it comes to, you know, deciding what you paint, I would absolutely be influenced by others, explore other people's work. And if you want to paint like somebody else, then do your own version of their style of painting. Nothing in the world wrong with that. So I wanted to let you guys know that we are now fully stocked on our essential palette at genevafineart.com. We make the best paint in the world. It has the highest pigment load. It has no toxic fumes. It's ready to use out of the tube. And now we have all of our essential palette back in stock, so I just wanted to let you know about that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.